Hello everybody and welcome back to Sector 1. We are here tonight for the Community Series. My name is Lenosis and joining me in the commentary box tonight is Snake Eyes. How are we doing tonight, Snake Eyes? Sorry, hang on, it's not picking you up. Hang on, 1 second. We'll come back to Snake Eyes in a little bit once we've got everything fixed up. For some reason we cannot hear Snake Eyes on the stream, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we're here tonight at Dragon Trail Seaside for the Community Series. This is our track map for tonight. So we are here at Dragon Trail Seaside, of course, 5.209 kilometers, 20 corners. It's two 20-minute races, with the second being a reverse grid and followed immediately after the 10-minute qualifying session, which is moments away from starting. So 4 times tyres, 3 times fuel, sport soft tyres, and we are of course in the Nissan Z Performance 23. That is the car of choice for tonight's race. So we should be getting ready to hit the track. Pardon me for 1 second as I try and find our race director in the commentary box. Uh-oh, that's not going to work. I'm sorry guys, I'm doing some live repairs to my my streaming setup. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. We're almost there. Ugh. Okay. We should hear Snake Eyes. Hello. Can you hear us, Snake Eyes?
The more important question is, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Okay, there we go. That's fixed it. I'm just trying to sort this out. I've just got a random microphone hanging off the side of my rig at the moment. Oh, bunch of amateurs we are. We really should have sorted this out before the stream, but we're here now. We had some technical difficulties. Okay, so Community Series just about to get underway here at Dragon Trail Seaside. Very excited for this one. We have a lot of familiar names out on track. So my name is Lenosis, and joining me in the commentary box here tonight is Snake Eyes. How are we doing, Snake Eyes?
Yeah, pretty good yourself.
Yeah, I am so excited for this one. I mean, Z Performance 23, I mean, I've just been watching Morgan during the practice sessions, and he is having an absolute blast in this car. It looks like it slides so well, so controllable, and relatively low power. And, I mean, looks like it's just going to be a great combination for racing, that's for sure. So, what are your thoughts on it, Snake Eyes?
Well, I haven't driven it myself, and I've only had a little bit of a look at the stream as we were trying to get other things sorted. Yeah, I don't know where they get the performance part in the name, to be honest, but yeah. Yeah, watching it slide around the track looks like a lot of fun, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very exciting car to drive. It looks like a lot of fun. I mean, it gives me an uncanny resemblance to the 86s that we run occasionally, that fun sort of series. So hopefully it provides similar action as those short little, I think we call it the 86 Scramble. The cars bear a very similar resemblance to it on track and also in physical, like the way they look. So yeah, the more important question is, what color have you painted the buttons for tonight? The button for tonight's proceedings, Snake Eyes.
Well, I actually thought I'd up yours a little bit, and I've actually switched the button out for a lever.
Ooh, what's Carboy gonna think about that? A lever?
Yeah, yeah. I went down to the old pokies and snabbed one off the side of their machines. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, very, very interesting. What colour's the lever? Just got.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, it's got a little bit of a striped rainbow up the pole part of it, and the ball on the end of it's like white with polka dots.
Ooh, very, very fancy. So, what do you say you pull that lever and we get straight on into qualifying here for the Community Series?
Sounds good. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
fun to watch anyway. Okay, here we go.
Okay, as the drivers make their way on track now. And about to go green for qualifying here. We are green. As we're riding on board with Big J. As we see the first few cars heading out onto the circuit. Looks like zero placement, the American in the field, or one of two Americans in the field, I should say, making his way out on track in his blue Nissan. Nice 7 Aero Esports, it looks like it says on the side. Aero, it might say. I'm just a bit blind. So, second out on track is Sector 1 main game 5th place sitter in Diswood with a Helix VB inspired Nissan. We have Fezza, the other American. Oh, there's a little bit of a slide from somebody in the background there. But in third on track, we have Fezza in his Nissan. What kind of livery is on this car? Blank livery with a couple of, it's a yellow with some silver chrome sort of outlines. We see Renegade, Sector 1 Division 4 driver, sporting the 575 on the side of his car, same as in the main game. And yeah, he's got a nice livery on that car as well. Lots of colour mashed together there. We see Spitzy, debutant in the Sector 1 main game this season. He is fourth on the track, ahead of Keza, who is also a Division 4 driver here in the Sector 1 main game. Sixth driver on track is Heafy. He participated in the Motorsport Australia Gran Turismo Esports Challenge, and he's done a few community races here, looking to make the step up to the main game, and this is the quickest and easiest way to do that. If anybody watching along is wondering, participating in the community series is your one ticket, your golden ticket to the main game. So Heafy following along very, very nicely with our procedures, and would hope to see him in the main game sooner or later. Renegade dropping down, that must have been who caused everybody to shuffle up, as we've already had a look at his livery, haven't we, Snake Eyes?
Yeah, it's a nice looking livery too. I love the side of it. It's a bit of a shame if he's put some marks on it going through a couple of the corners or through the bus stop.
Yeah, oh, big slide through the first couple of turns there from Renegade.
Yeah,
eighth drive on track. Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
I was just thinking those sports tyres are probably going to take a little bit of getting used to for the guys that are normally running race.
Yeah, as we saw Tim Durags there, who took a little bit of an adventure to the gravel trap at the first turn. We might have a look on the Liquid Solutions action replay at what happened there. As we catch it here, he just, ran deep, lost the rear end, and yeah, that's where he ended up, in the gravel trap, of course.
Yeah, M. Davies in for his new set of tyres as well.
As we are 3 and a bit minutes into this session, so Morgan coming in for a fresh pair of boots. A little bit surprising, I reckon.
Yeah, maybe he scuffed them up a bit or something. I have been told on this track, I'm not sure with the with this car, but I know with the NSX I've heard that if you give them a good scuff on this track, it seems to like affect them for then on after, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, seems like he's parked the car, Morgan, so maybe just wanting a bit of a challenge. Last to first challenge, anybody for Morgan?
Yeah, maybe that, or he's trying to wait for a bit of clean track, who knows.
Yeah, Morgan does like a bit of clear track, as we see in the main game. Not really a qualifier, but in the race, his race pace is the best, probably the best that we've seen over the course of Sector 1 history. In ninth on track, we see Kiwi Wolf as first few times coming in as well. So we see Diswood straight to the top of the times, a second over zero placement there, who has exited the pits and is leaving once again. Heafy out on track in third place overall, I should say, with a 1:53.966. That's a pretty handy lap. He'll be pretty happy with, well, he's just been demoted to 4th as Big J has come across the line there. As we see, you gotta be joking. I think that's how you say it. 5th place on track.
Yeah, that looks like about right.
You gotta be joking. What a name. But he's got the grey livery with some blue stripes on it. Looks quite striking for what it is. I mean, not a lot to the livery, a couple of sponsors on the sides, but yeah, very, very nice looking livery. Very plain.
I guess we'll see tonight if he lives up to his name when he does something and people around him might be a little bit of you got to be joking.
Yeah. Maybe that's just what he says a lot when there's other people around him in a daily race.
It could be too, especially on the dailies, that's for sure.
Yeah. As we just look a little bit further down, we see Fezza down in 7th there. And Keza, first lap, must have had a mistake through the bus stop. Oh, he's almost hit the wall there again. But yeah, P10 at the moment in the fluoro green Nissan.
Yeah, I tell you what, like I say, I haven't driven one of these, but I reckon that bus stop in one of these, looking at the tyres and the slides and stuff, would be quite a handful.
Yeah, absolutely. As Heafy slots himself into 2nd place with a 1:53.069, ahead of 0 placement and just below of Diswood there.
Yeah, it looks like Morgan's back out on track as well.
Oh well, that's good news for the Deeds driver. Just cruising around as well, so in no rush. 3 minutes left in the qualifying session, so he will at least get 1 lap, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, a bit of a incident. Looks like everyone's getting through. Oh, Fez is off the track. Didn't quite catch what caused that, but
we'll have a look on the next level the Liquid Solutions action replay, I should say, and we'll just try and catch a glimpse of what happened there potentially for Fezza. So not too sure what's happened there. No, we're unable to catch it, but he is just in the middle of the track, sort of on. Must have spun it coming through turn 5. But yeah, just letting everybody through, so that's the right thing to do for Fezza, staying off the racing line and out of the way of everybody else. So that's good. That's what you like to see.
Yeah, just watching Kiwi Wolf and Keza coming in through the bus stop, or the wall of chumps as they like to call it.
Yeah, they both make it through quite nicely, and looks like they're both on some pretty good laps as well. Looking at the timing delta as they come to the final corner, as Keza, we're getting a bit of racing action already in the qualifying session, throws it down the inside of Kiwi Wolf as they both head down towards the start-finish line. And yeah, this is going to be a decent lap for Keza and Kiwi Wolf. Let's see what they set as they approach the start-finish line. This lap should put Keza up to P9 ahead of Kiwi Wolf, who goes P10 as well. So they're side by side through the first few turns and last turns and last lap as well. So these guys, they're already having a bit of a racing session, and they're only, 9 minutes into the qualifying session.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Only half a second separates them. If they stay like this 9 and 10, it's going to be interesting at the start of the race to see these two. It might be a little bit of a battle on by the look of it.
Yeah, as Keza's gone off track here as well. He's just run deep and ended up in the gravel trap at the second turn, the chicane there. So, bit of a miscalculation there for Keza.
Yeah, it looks like these cars are pretty easy to get the slide on, and yeah, those curbs. Oh yeah, he's got a big slide on now. It looks like the tyres are looking good, so yeah, maybe just a bit slippery out there on those sports softs, I'd say.
Yeah, they should have enough rubber to go the whole distance. Maybe a couple laps fuel left in hand, so yeah, once they're up to temperature, they should be alright. As we see a lot of chopping changing at the top
Oh,
here.
oh, bit of drama at the wall of chumps. Renegade and then Spiteri behind him.
Ooh, catch that on the replay there. That's yeah, definitely going a bit slow, Spitzy.
Yeah, I think Renegade might have had a bit of an issue and Spitzy's come in behind him and maybe got balked a little bit, or I'm not sure, but he then put it into the wall.
Yes, they both lost it at the same time, so nothing between those guys.
No, I wasn't sure whether he just got balked or whether it was the same, but yeah.
As that's the qualifying over, a couple of people crossing line. I think Spitzy got one more lap in, but everybody else who is yet to set a lap, so Fezzer will be the first to finish, I believe. No, Spitzy is done. Morgan is on a lap. He's down by about a 10th as they fly through the bus stop at the moment. Is he able to get it right? Yes, he is. Very, very tough in this car. And same as the NSX, which is what we use in the main series as well. Very tough to get correct. As Division 1 and Division 3 found out last Sunday. Very, very difficult. As he comes through the final corner and up towards the start-finish line.
He's actually making that car look like it's got some serious grip.
Yeah. And he does go quicker by a 10th. That should be his pole position solidified. He's got 8 tenths to Heafy in P2, who looks like he's on a ripper of a lap as well. Oh, he's lost it. No, he's in the wall. Clip the wall. That might be the lap done for Heafy. And I'll tell you what, Heafy will be saying the same thing as the guy behind him on track. You gotta be joking. After he's clipped the wall and as he heads down towards the start-finish line, it looks like he's well and truly going to be town. Yes, he is, as Woody crosses a line, doing a bit of drifting, bit of slalom tandem drifting there with Heafy sitting behind. And who else is still on a lap? There's one more driver. It is Renegade, who barrels down towards the start-finish line.
He'll be hoping to see if he can pump himself up a little bit. I didn't get to catch to see if he was up at all.
Yeah, well and truly down he is.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that was definitely an interesting session, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. There's quite a bit of action going on already, and a few little races on track, even in the quali. So I think this is going to fire up pretty good, this race.
Yeah, it should be some good viewing. As we have a look at the official race results for the qualifying session, Morgan Davey takes pole position with a 151.173. Heafy takes P2, joins Morgan on the front row of the grid with a 151.9, a whopping 8 tenths to the good Morgan is there. You Gotta Be Joking in P3 lines up on the second row of the grid alongside Diswood in 4th. The first of the two Americans, zero placement, starts 5th alongside Big J. Tim Durags takes 7th with Renegade joining him on the 4th row of the grid. We have Spitzy in 9th, Fezzer 10th, Keza Johnson and Kiwi Wolf occupy the 6th row of the grid, and Cutaway Post will take P13 and will be lining up last on the grid for tonight's proceedings. So yeah, definitely an interesting starting grid. I mean, after Morgan's sat out for the first part of qualifying, he'll be very chuffed with that lap. A very, very good lap from Morgan there in the purple 33 Nissan.
Yeah, he's moving out with that pretty well. Like you say, he's nearly 8 tenths up on the closest person in 2. And then I was going to have a bit of a look to see how much of a spread there is actually on the... We go right back to what, a 157, so it's yeah, a bit of a gap there.
Yeah.
Hopefully the host hasn't just fallen off his chair.
No, I went to go close my door. Sorry. Probably sounded a bit funny through your end.
Yeah, I thought you might have been having a few drinks or something after work, but I'll just leave that at that, I think.
Alright, so I don't think we leave everybody waiting for too much longer. We're about to get started for race number 1 of the community series. So what do you say we pull that lever?
Yeah, I reckon pull the lever and we'll kick her in the guts, I reckon.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Here we go. They can't hear me, but good luck, everybody.
We've got a couple of the drivers in chat. We have, we've got a couple of other people. We've got Robert Rice in chat, Levingspiel in chat, Kieran Luce is here, Bumcrack as well. Hello, Final Lap Motorsports is in the chat, Debrev is in chat, and we've also got Lachlan Spiteri, who is on track tonight. So, yeah, very, very, an audience full of people here tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, certainly is. I don't know what's happened here. It's gone to 0 seconds until final start, and nothing seems to be happening.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything on my screen. It just says that we're in the lobby, which is a bit weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gone to a 0 countdown and then seems to be just sitting there.
Is there anybody initializing? It wouldn't be a Sector 1 stream without Gran Turismo doing Gran Turismo things.
Exactly.
Well, we'll just take a screenshot of these results. And I reckon, does it still give you the option to cancel qualifying, or have you just got the big
Nah,
X?
I've just got the exit.
We might have to restart the lobby.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit annoying.
Might just throw a message up for them.
Okay, so we're just going to go for a quick intermission, and then we'll be right back with racing action very, very shortly. So don't go anywhere, everybody. We will be right back.
Okay, so do I just quit out of this?
Yeah. Hello everybody, we are back after our quick 5-minute intermission, and we're just waiting for everybody to join back to the lobby so that we can complete the starting proceedings. Some of you may have noticed there was a slight issue with some frame drops with the stream. That issue has been rectified. Let's put it down to me being a bit of a ning-nong. But we're ready to go. Everything has been fixed, and yeah, we should be ready to go as soon as the starting grid has been formed, which I believe Snake Eyes has got some screenshots, and he's working away very hard to try and get us back up and running for race number 1. Has everybody joined back? I think we've got... Oh, we're about to join back. We're just waiting for Cutaway Post to jump in. But how close are we to starting, you reckon, Snake Eyes?
Give me a couple of minutes. Just waiting for everyone to jump in and get through it.
Oh, Keza has left. That's a bit annoying. But anyway, how is everybody doing tonight? Good night for racing here. Thursday night community series as always. I mean, very excited for this one. That was a very close qualifying. We already had some awesome racing action. Oh, Keza will not be returning. He said he's out. So, good night, Keza. We'll see you hopefully this Sunday. So. Yeah, just proceed, fix up the grid without Keza and it should be fine.
Okay.
So that would be Cutaway up 1 position, I believe. Because I think, no, Keza was 9th, was he? I forget where he was. You've probably got it all down, written down. You know what's going on.
Yeah. Where's Jules?
Okay, so
just
some chat. We've got 11 people here. Come on, we got to get everybody up and running. We got to tell them that there's stuff to watch. There's content. Go tell your friends, if you are watching this right now, go get somebody to come watch, because I mean, 11 people for a community series race. Oh, we've got 12 because Stranger's joined the party. Hello, Stranger. Welcome. As we've got some information from Woody as well on his livery. Shell livery is a 1999 2000s V8 Supercars DJR livery. Shut up, Woody. You're an asshole, Woody. I don't want to eat some garlic chocolate. Well, I knew it was some sort of DJR livery, but I didn't know what it was because you did such a terrible job at it, Woody. I'm joking. It's a brilliant livery. I love it very much. So, we almost ready to go, Snake Eyes?
Yep. Just give me one more. That should be it. It sort of threw it out a little bit when Keza left and then trying to move.
Yeah.
You got to be joking, so I've just put him back to where he was. And hopefully we're ready to go.
No worries. So whenever you're ready, grab that lever and pull it. Let's go. Let's do this.
Okay, hopefully this time we're on.
Here we go. Now it's starting. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Because yeah, it sat at 0 seconds for a while. I was like, hang on a minute, uh-oh.
Yeah. I was like, not again.
Yeah. But here we are, we're about to go racing in the Sector 1 Sim Racing Pro Plumbing Group Season 8 Community Series. Here we go, the light sequence begins. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And they are out and racing here at Dragon Trail Seaside. Off the mark gets Morgan Davey. It seems like he gets a good run on Heafy as they head down towards the first turn. Heafy still has his nose in the inside, I think. No, Morgan closes that down very fast there as they come to the first corner. Let's see what happens. Do they all make it through? It looks like they do. Very, very clean first corner. You love to see it. Brilliant stuff from everybody involved as they barrel down towards turn 4. This is the next big one. This is where the drama's going to happen if it does come. But I think, luckily for us, it doesn't come. As we see a little bit of sideways action in the background there, but everybody continuing on very nicely. We see Woody making up a position on You Gotta Be Joking as well. Big slide from Heafy in P2 there. We see somebody a little bit offline. It's one of the yellow cars. I think it's Fezza in the number 21 car as they barrel down towards the hairpin on the circuit.
It's actually good seeing all 12 cars all lined up, all going through. No real biffing and bashing going on, just really nice clean driving. It's really good to see. Looks impressive.
Yeah. Absolutely, these guys doing an awesome job in the opening lap, but this is going to be the ultimate test as they barrel through down towards the bus stop chicane, the death chicane, the wall of chumps as it's dubbed. And do they all make it through? The first 5 do. 6, 7, everybody through cleanly? I believe so. That's very impressive. They made it 1 lap without somebody dying in the death chicane. You love to see it. As Morgan's drifting the final quarter, he's having a bit of fun here. He's not going for the win. Well, he is leading the race, but he's not all for the win here. He wants to have a bit of fun. That's what Morgan does. Loves the slide. And you ever seen Morgan drive on dirt or snow? Because he is very, very quick in dirt racing. Those low grip conditions, that's where Morgan thrives, and I think this car plays perfectly into his strengths here tonight. As we're getting a weird sort of glitch again. We're getting the blue flag glitch, which I don't think I've seen for a couple of months. So that's very weird, seeing the blue flag glitch. As somebody's dropped off the back. Oh no, it's Big J. 8 seconds. Oh, no.
I didn't see what happened either.
Ooh, oops, I have clicked the wrong button. Whoopsies. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's happened there.
I wouldn't have put money on it that they would have got all through on that first lap, to be honest.
Yeah, it was very, very tight, but they managed to do so. So massive props to everybody in this field. As Heafy's closing up that gap to Morgan. 7.5 tenths at the moment as they come down into turn, I think this is 11. Oh, as somebody else has died. Is it? Oh, Big J again. Having massive issues with the car. Kiwi Wolf is going really slow as well, so he's lost it there. As we might try and catch that one on the replay. I'm not too sure what's happened there for Kiwi Wolf, but he's, yeah, definitely off the back of the pack a little bit.
Yeah, he's got front and rear damage as well.
Yeah, as we caught that on the replay, he's just slammed into the wall there, so not ideal for Kiwi Wolf at all.
A little bit of action going on in the middle of the pack. See Durags is running in 6th, trying to chase down 5th place 0.
Yeah, very tight between these two. 8 tenths as it stands. So barrel down to complete the second lap. This should be... Hang on a minute.
Lap 3.
So we had a bit of a timing error there. It said that Tim Durags was only on lap 1, but he was definitely on lap 2 going on 3. So weird timing issues with Gran Turismo tonight, but it seems like it's all sorted itself out, as he did set a 1:53.994 for lap number 2, that is for sure. He's definitely on lap 3, and same as everybody else as of now, as Big J just crosses the line to start his 3rd lap as well. So Morgan Davies still under a lot of pressure from Heafy as well. The top 2 sort of edging a bit of a gap to Woody. 1.3 seconds is the gap currently as they come through the S's on this circuit.
Yeah, 7th, 8th. Oh, and I thought there was 9th, but it looks like 9th has dropped off. So 7th and 8th, Renegade and Spiteri, they're having a bit of a battle as well. Yeah,
absolutely. These guys are currently with under a second between them, so that's going to spice up. Oh, as we see some side-by-side action between Durags and Zero Placement. As Durags goes through, he's into 5th place. As we'll catch that one on the Liquid Solutions action replay. As they head down towards the hairpin. Very textbook move from Tim Durags there. Forced him offline and then slid on through into P5. Very, very textbook stuff, that's for sure.
Slid being the optimal word, I'd take it as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much non-sliding going around. There's a lot of these cars, very, very slippery, as Morgan is enjoying that gap between the top two, still at 6/10. So just monitoring that every now and then, as we are getting close to the halfway mark in this race. Not long to go in this one.
Yeah, it looks like Heafy as well as posted the last couple of fastest laps, so he's pushing hard. And quite a bit of a gap back to, you got to be joking as well, 4.6 seconds.
Ooh, yeah, that's a massive gap. That was only 1.3 on lap number 2. So they've lost about a second and a half each lap. You got to be joking in Woody here. So yeah, lots of time lost.
Durags is chasing down Woody by the look of it. He's getting a bit closer. I think he's taken a bit of time out of him, and then Zero is still hanging on the back of him, of Durags as well.
Yeah, Zero using the pace of Tim Durags in this one to try and get up. This battle for 4th isn't over yet. Woody is a quick operator, as he proved to us time and time again last season and this season, of course. So Tim Durags, as a Div 2 driver, I believe, chasing down Woody. It's not over yet. 1.1 seconds between these two.
Yeah, no, it's just heating up as well. And like I say, Zero is still hanging in the back there as well. He's just waiting for one of them to make a mistake. Looks like the bit of a run between Renegade and Spiteri has dropped off as well. Looks like Renegade's still going strong, and Spiteri's dropped off to about 9 seconds behind him.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, he's actually falling into... now there's Distinct Howler, Kiwi, Wolf and Jiggles. Are all three of them.
Spitzy's had a huge accident there on the at the bus stop, so we'll have a look at the replay of that one. How has he done that? As he came into the corner, he's got a...
We've got a yellow flag as well. Zero must have gone off.
Oh. So Spitzy's lost the rear end between the two bus stops. Like the two corners, I should say. So, very strange incident for Spitzy there. Continues on, still in 8th place, but he has a cutaway post very, very close behind in P9.
Morgan has stretched himself out to 2.5 seconds over Heafy.
Maybe a mistake from Heafy on this lap sometime, maybe through the first few turns. Not very strong.
It's 5.4 down, back down to got to be joking.
As we'll have a look at the timing split for Heafy as he comes into the hairpin at the moment.
Yeah,
I'd imagine it'd be quite a way down. Or maybe not too far down, as Morgan's lost a couple of tenths as well.
And looks like so this Wood is really catching up to got to be joking as well. Looks like he's left Durags behind a bit. He's dropped back to 2.8.
Yeah, so it seems like a lot of people sort of struggling at this midpoint of the race. Don't think anybody will be taking a stop, so these are the tyres that they'll have to use till the end. But yeah, I didn't really get a sector split for Heafy as he came through there. We'll have a look at his lap time as he crosses the line. So let's just have a look. Oh, he is quite a way down. Yeah, 2 seconds off his pace on that one. So what do you say we jump into a APR tyre and fuel update, Snake Eyes?
Yeah, so just looking at it now, we'll go from the top. So Morgan, it's probably his worst bit of wear is probably the front left and then back left, but still he's only probably used maybe 15%, got over half a tank of fuel still. Heafy, his tyres are slightly a little bit more worn, a little bit more wear on the front. Got to be joking, who is about to get overtaken by Diswood, is it? A bit of a battle going on there. Both of those guys very similar tyre. Diswood's probably got a little bit more wear, or it hasn't stopped him from getting past though.
Yeah, Absolutely, he slid on by there.
Yeah, got to be joking's tyres are a bit better than Diswood's as well, so that'll be interesting as it keeps going. Durags, he's got really good tyre wear. He hasn't used much at all. He's, yeah, maybe 5% on the back, 10% on the front. Renegade has probably used a little bit more than Durags. Zero, about the same as Durags. Howler is really good on his. Kiwi Wolf's pretty good. Spiteri, he's got a bit of front end damage. Most of the back guys are pretty similar. They haven't used a lot.
Okay. Thanks, Snake Eyes.
Snow noticed Morgan's now down to half a tank, but like you say, no one's going to really have an issue with fuel. Not over 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like Heafy might have grabbed a bit more time back. It's dropped back down to 1.8.
It's definitely taken it a bit easy. I mean, he's pushing the car and sliding it around, but in the way that Morgan does, he's just having a bit of fun with it.
Yeah, and then it looks like Diswood has actually pulled out over a couple of seconds on Gotta Be Joking. So yeah, he's finding a bit of pace later in the game by the look of it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's still 8 seconds off Heafy, but he could definitely come back here.
Yeah, and then it looks like Durags is a couple of seconds behind Gotta Be Joking, so I reckon he's getting his eyes set on fourth if he can. Renegade sort of sitting in the middle there by himself, but still doing nice consistent laps by the look of it. Pretty consistent.
Yeah, very, very good race from Renegade. I believe he started a little further down and he is able to get past the replacement who was in a fight with Tim Durags earlier on. So very, very good stuff for Renegade. Sitting P6 as a Div 4 driver, you'd have to be very, very happy with that.
Yeah, especially, you know, if he's been driving the NSX mostly and then coming in and jumping into a completely different car. Like, you can't get too much different between those two cars, really.
Yeah. Well, the NSX is very, very heavy on aero. Even though it doesn't feel like it sometimes, but it does have a lot of aero wash, and trying to follow other cars is a bit difficult sometimes. But yeah, then you jump into this thing and it's sliding about. You've got the sports soft tyres on it, so you still got a little bit of grip. But yeah, you're sliding about and very forgiving, and has a lot of body roll, which is something that the NSX Group 2 car, the older one that we use in the main game, doesn't have. So yeah, could not be any polar opposite, I feel.
No. It does give the them a benefit though over all these curbs and stuff. Whereas the NSX being so low and tight sprung, it does get, you know, it doesn't take much to upset it on some of these curbs. Whereas this, from looking at what some of these guys are doing with it, doing a fair bit of curb hopping and riding the curbs, it seems to take it pretty well.
Yeah, from my personal experience while practicing for last week, which Gran Turismo doing Gran Turismo things, I didn't end up racing. But yeah, this track, especially in the NSX, it likes to bottom out a throw. Oh, as Renegade's got off track, he manages to still hit the apex though, so good credit to him for that. But yeah, as I was saying, you catch it wrong in the NSX and it throws you around and it throws a fit, especially through the chicane. I found that the less I pushed through the chicane in the NSX, the more at risk I was of losing the rear. So it's just a bit weird, but of course, as you said, this car a bit more forgiving on the curbs, so these main game drivers will be very happy with the mix-up for tonight's proceedings.
Yeah, I think with the NSX too, you know, any car that's sort of a mid-engine rear-wheel drive, just, you know, has those little bit different characteristics to something that's a front-engine rear-wheel drive as well, which can make things interesting.
Yeah.
Just watching Morgan, and Heafy both throwing it on the last corner, coming into the front straight, getting their drift on.
Which Morgan does have the fastest lap at the moment as well. That's just something to keep in the back of your mind.
Yeah, he's stretched.
5 seconds at the moment is the gap, so Remind us of the tyre situation between Morgan and Heafy, please, Steak Eyes. Who's on the fresher tyres? I'm going to assume it's Morgan, but
Yeah, he's got slightly. The rears would be the same. Heafy's probably got about another 5% or so more wear on his fronts.
yeah, so that's probably what's coming back to bite Heafy in the latter stages of this race. 4 minutes remaining. You can see his pace has dropped off from those 51s to the 52s and 53s on the last few laps, and you can see through that first sector he's already the better half of a second down. Completely no danger of hitting an apex there. I mean, he's definitely starting to struggle with this car at the moment with the tyres. Oh! That was a bit of a tank slapper for Heafy coming over the crest down towards the hairpin.
Yeah, I was just looking at Diswood and Gotta Be Jokin's actually getting back up on him, and his tyres are a bit better than Diswood's as well. Diswood's got a little bit more taken out of his front tyres especially, and that's starting to come into play, I think, in these last few laps. Durag seems to have dropped off a little bit on him, but his tyre is actually a lot better than the two guys in front of him.
Yeah, as you picked up on 8 or 9 minutes ago, you predicted that You Gotta Be Joking would come back into this fight as the race went on, as he had the fresher tyres, and it looks like it's all culminating in this last few lap battle as there's 3 tenths between these two. It looks like Woody made a little bit of a mistake coming through the death chicane, but as they barrel down towards the start-finish line, You Gotta Be Joking might have a bid for the podium in race number 1 here of the Sector 1 Pro Plumbing Group Community Series, as he sets the quickest lap of his race as well. You Gotta Be Joking, flying down through the first turn, first major braking zone, just sticks behind for now. He knows that Woody isn't going to be able to do anything when he's in front, but if he gets behind, what am I saying? If Woody's in front, then he'll be able to defend, but he's going to be wearing his tyres away a bit more. So You Gotta Be Joking isn't too keen to get in front, as that'll give Woody a bit of a rest with the slipstream. So just constantly going to be pressuring Woody. But Woody is not one to falter to the mind games as well, as very, very strong mental driver Woody is. As they come through the S's with 2 minutes remaining on the clock. This battle is far from over between these two.
Yeah, looks like You Gotta Be Joking's opening up the corners just that little bit too. That maybe what he's saving his tyres a little bit, and I suppose then Diswood too. He's probably trying to cut the corners a little bit to try and keep his line, and also stop giving Gotta Be Joking. I need to shorten that guy's name. Gotta Be Joking. Like, he's probably trying to block a little bit, be a little bit defensive, and take the tighter line as well, which is not going to do his tyres any good.
Yeah, as he's got the run on Woody once again, 3 tenths. These guys should have one more crack at the cherry. One more lap left in this race as Morgan begins that final lap. 1 minute left on the clock, so lap 11 it will be for these guys. This is the make or break for the race. Who gets onto the podium? Will Woody hold on, or will You Gotta Be Joking take the podium in, I believe this is his first Community Series race. So barrel down through the first turn. First braking zone now, under 2 tenths. Oh, he thinks about it. Oh, he's lost the rear end. Oh, barely manages to keep it on track there. Oh dear. As that might be Woody holding on to the podium for this one. As we'll have a look back on the replay at that one. That was not ideal there. That definitely a bit of an interesting one for You Gotta Be Joking. He just stepped on the brake pedal and he lost the rear end, got it caught up on the curb, and he's very lucky to save that. That is ghost car control if you've ever seen it.
The lucky thing for him out of that is if he does finish 4th, he in the next race he ends up in front of Diswood. So, he might have lost a little bit, but he's won for the next race.
Yeah, absolutely. That is very important to point out, that the second race is reverse grid. So, yeah.
And
I mean,
Morgan's coming in. He's just gone through the bus stop, so he's not far from going over the finish line.
he's already flashing the lights in typical Morgan fashion. He knows we're staring at him.
Yeah.
Drifts the final corner in typical Morgan fashion. Can you not get a more Morgan-esque race?
Yeah. I tell you what, though, Heafy hasn't done bad either, and he's like 8 seconds out ahead of Diswood, so he's had a really good race.
Crosses the line to finish
Oh,
P1,
Diswood.
Morgan.
Oh, nice drift all the way around. That was impressive. That was really good. I don't know if...
finishes P2.
I reckon you got to be joking. Was looking at that drift saying, you got to be joking.
As we'll have a look at the drift from Woody.
Got to give him style points, that's for sure. And Tim coming through. Durags for 5th.
As Renegade barrels down towards the start-finish line to complete the 11 laps here for race number 1 of the Pro Plumbing Group Community Series. 0 placement, the first American will barrel down towards the start-finish line to take 7th place. And Cutaway Post will take 8th. Spitzy takes 9th, Kiwi Wolf 10th, and Big J will take 11th. So that is how they line up for race number 1. So stay tuned, as very, very shortly we will be flipping things around, throwing it on its head, and we will be back with a reverse grid race, which, I mean, it always throws up a lot of drama in the community series. The reverse grid, it's the feature race, I guess, of the community series. It's what people come to see. It's the most enjoyable part of the community series, apart from seeing Morgan and Woody doing some spectacular drifts at the final corner. People also tune in to see that, but I think the reverse grid is the best part of the community series. As we have a look at the provisional results for race number 1 in the community series, Morgan Davey takes P1 and the fastest lap of a 151.149. Heafy takes P2. Woody completes the podium in 3rd. You Gotta Be Joking takes 4th. Tim Durags 5th. Renegade 6th. 0 placement 7th. Cutaway Post 8th. Spitzy 9th. Kiwi Wolf 10th. Big J in 11th. And Fezza will come home in P12. So that's how they line up for race number 1. Very, very interesting first race. So very excited to see how things shape up for race number 2, and we throw everything on its head. So we'll just head for a quick intermission, and we'll let Snake Eyes do his thing and throw everything on its head, and we'll be ready to go pull the lever for race number 2 in the community series, the Pro Plumbing Group Community Series. I don't know why I struggle so much with saying that sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. We'll see you guys. Hello everybody, we are back for race number 2 of the Pro Plumbing Group Community Series, round number 3 here for Season 8 at Dragon Trail, of course. So once again, my name is Lenosis, and your race director for tonight's race being Snake Eyes. So the grid ready to go, Snake Eyes, for the reverse grid race number 2?
Yeah, it looks like everyone's lined up and they're waiting.
So, yeah, so we lost Fezzer as well between the two races. So it will be Big J starting on pole, which in 2 minutes we can call by his full name. Kiwi Wolf is joining him alongside on the front row of the grid, with Spitzy 3rd, Cutaway Post 4th, Zero Placement 5th, Renegade 6th, Tim DeGrag 7th, 8th is You Gotta Be Joking, 9th is Woody, 10th Heafy, and 11th is Morgan Davey. So, you're going to pull that lever, Snake Eyes?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Let's kick it off. Good luck, everyone.
Ooh, going to be a lot of great action here in the Community Series race number 2.
How many laps do you give it before Morgan's up the front?
Oh, I reckon 6. Lap 6.
Lap 6, okay.
As they're lined up and waiting on the grid. The light sequence begins. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. They are out and racing here at Dragon Trail Seaside for race number 2 of the Pro Plumbing Group Community Series. They barrel down towards the first turn. Somebody's missed the start. Oh dear, who's that?
A Renegade by the look of it.
Oh dear, that's disaster. As he said he was back, but he mustn't have been. As we see Spitzy diving down the inside. No, it's Big J on the outside who managed to hold on to the lead. Spitzy goes through into P2. We see Kiwi Wolf. They're all bunching up already at the start of this race. This is chaos. As they're 2-3 wide coming into the turn 4. That's not going to work, guys. Sort it. Oh, they have sorted it out. As we see Woody down the inside, tags Big J there, as holds his position as well. As Spitzy's taken off. He's flying off into the distance. He's already got a second gap over Big J, who's holding Woody behind, who's already up into P3. This is magnificent as they're 2 wide in the background between Kiwi Wolf and Zero Placement. As we look back down the pack, and Renegade's tagged onto the back here as well, so he's not too far out of it. As Spitzy and Big J's under pressure from Woody.
I tell you what,
Woody
Renegade
around the outside.
Sorry, Renegade could come out a winner here though, if all things go pear-shaped going through the wall of chumps. Let's see how everyone goes.
As they were side by side, Big J and Woody, but Woody, I don't know, he was outside of the track limits, and he's managed to get the move done. So the stewards might have a bit of a word to him about that one. I mean, on a main game night, probably not, but I think he's going to get away with it for the Community Series. As Big J's under a lot of pressure from Tim DeRags, as well as Tim shows the nose, throws it down the inside. Textbook move from Tim, but it looks like Big J's looking for the switchback. It's 9:01, so we can officially call him Big Jigglies. As they barrel down towards the start-finish line to complete the first lap. Tim DeRags under a lot of pressure from Heafy as well. Oh no, Morgan that is, who slides on through into P4. And DeRags will have to settle for P5. Is he going to throw a haymaker back at Morgan? No, he isn't. We see in the background, we see Kiwi Wolf and... you got to be joking's almost lost it on the curb into the first turn.
I tell you what, Morgan, he's on the move. He's up into 3rd already. He's got 2 places to get.
Yeah, well, I said lap number 6, but he might hold on to it. My bet might not be too far out of the question, because Woody is ahead of him. And Woody isn't going to let Morgan pass that easily.
No, exactly. And, like, you've got Woody and you've got Spiteri up the front. So, yeah, like, you know, they mightn't be as quick, but it's going to take him a lot longer to get past them two than the rest of everyone else. So
yeah, absolutely.
I don't
As
think
we
you're
see,
going to be too far.
They've all gone off the track. Tim DeRags, he's been shuffled out by Big J, and Tim will go down to 8th place. As we'll catch that on the Liquid Solutions action replay. That was just absolute chaos. They were 3 wide on top of the crest of the hill. Oh dear. As they came up through the S's, Tim, he was side by side with Big J, and then he just got shuffled out a little bit, and then we see Kiwi Wolf and You Gotta Be Joking slotting in either side there.
Looks like Durags, he's trying to do a bit of a comeback, and he's got past Kiwi Wolf.
Yeah, and now he's got You Gotta Be Joking in his sights as well. As you see, You Gotta Be Joking, he's trying to get down the inside of a Big Jigglies as well. As somebody's lost it! That's Heafy! Heafy's into the wall! That's massive! P2 last race, and he's into the wall at the final quarter. That is absolutely massive. As we have a look on the replay at how he's done that, we'll ride on the bonnet with him for this one, as he's tried to drift the corner just to get a little bit of slide, and then on the power, gets it stuck up on the curb, a little bit of grass, and the rear end flies round. So unfortunate for him.
Bit of front end damage to that car as well. That's going to take a little bit for it to clear itself out.
Yeah, absolutely. Down to P10 is Heafy, so he'll be absolutely annoyed with that after a brilliant showing in the first race. But as it stands, Morgan, he's right up behind Spitzy, looking for a pass at any moment so he can set his sights for Woody, as it is lap number 3. I did say lap number 6, so if he keeps on gaining like he is, it might not be too far out of the question.
No. I was just watching Woody as well, drifting sideways again around the corners.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are actually just throwing this. Look at him go. Oh, they're all drifting. And Spitzy, yeah, they're all drifting. They're all putting on a show.
Yeah.
Putting on a show for the last race.
Which Spitzy has gone purple as well. As they come through the bus stop. No imprints into the wall of chumps on lap number 3, but he does clip the wall on the exit. That leaves him vulnerable to Morgan, who's going to throw it down the inside into the final corner, and he gets it done quite easily. Spitzy's still trying to keep his nose in around the outside, but will have to settle for 3rd place at the moment. And on the power, once again, Morgan sets his sights for P1. Woody, a 2.5 seconds down the road. Not long between those two, but Spitzy arguing the point. He's 2 tenths behind, got the slipstream. Will look for a return to sender here on Morgan as he flies to the outside. The gap opens up, and Spitzy slides himself into P2, loses the rear end a little bit, but he does eventually go through into P2, and Morgan doesn't have an immediate reply. He might actually. He's a 10th behind. Will he throw it up into turn 4? Oh, he thinks about it, but wisely backs out. That's smart from Morgan. Oh, but he chose it down the inside anyway. Good move from Morgan. No, but Spitzy's still in there. Oh, wow. This is great racing between these two, that's for sure.
And Woody's just laughing to himself as he keeps pulling away a little bit more as these two battle it out.
As there's a little bit of a flash from the headlights from Morgan, so he's not too happy with it, but I mean, it all seems fair at the moment. I'm not seeing anything too crazy at the moment as Morgan fires it down the inside over the crest of the hill and into the braking zone. Spitzy still got his nose in, will have to settle for 3rd, as I think this is the end of the battle finally between these two. As we'll have a look on the Liquid Solutions action replay.
I reckon Spitzy has heard you saying that Morgan won't get up until the 6th lap, and he's trying to help make that happen, I'd say. I tell you what, I'm surprised Spitzy has a left-hand side mirror after that, the lap before going through the wall of chumps.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely grazed the wall a little bit. Don't think he got any damage, but it just left Morgan, gave him a bit of an opportunity, left him a little bit vulnerable. As we see Big Jigglies and Tim Durag still throwing haymakers at one another for P5 in the field as they round the final corner on the power, and half a second it looks like Big Jigglies got a great exit. 4.5 tenths, 4 tenths. Might not be enough down into the first turn, but it's just something for Tim Durag to think about as the potential for a move. It could be coming from Big Jigglies.
Yeah, I was just looking at that myself, and I was thinking to myself, Big Jigglies come last in the first race, but he might have set himself up for the second race a bit here by the look of it, if he's hanging with Durags.
Yeah, absolutely. As, yeah, Spitzy, he's let Morgan go immediately, and Morgan, he's turned on the afterburners, and he's 7/10 behind Woody, and he's 6/10 purple. Well, this is an absolute charge by Morgan, but Woody isn't going to let him pass that easily. Woody knows how to put on a masterclass in defensive driving, and this is going to be...
Heafy's gone.
As Morgan, Woody almost died at the... he ran very wide, but Heafy gone again, so does that put him still in P10, so Heafy not having a great race number 2, that's for sure. As it's Woody and Morgan, 2.5 tenths between them, 2 tenths as they head down towards the bus stop. Who's it going to be? Will they both get it correct? Woody makes it through, so does Morgan. And he also gets the run as well on Morgan. So we'll have a little bit of breathing room here, Woody.
I'm glad I didn't put any... Glad I didn't put any money on your prediction of 6th lap. I reckon you're going to be pretty spot on, mate.
It's hashtag rigged for Sector 1. I've got the script right here in front of me.
Oh, yeah, right.
As they start the 6th lap.
Jiggle's still just sitting that half a second off Durags as well.
Yeah, not giving it up that easily, that's for sure. Oh, big moment for Woody. That leaves him vulnerable from Morgan, who's going to close right up. He's got the nose in there, and that might be the move for the lead. That's a big mistake from Woody there. And into turn 4, Morgan backs out. Very smart. They're both sideways under brakes. As big drift from Woody leaves him vulnerable once again from Morgan as they barrel down towards the S's now over the crest of the hill. And Morgan is sniffing the exhaust fumes of that Nissan in front. Big drift from Woody. He's just having fun here. I don't think he's even losing control of the car.
Nah, that's a pretty impressive control right there. Mind you, his front tyres aren't really liking it too much, I tell you that.
As we could have a move from Morgan here, as Woody shows him the outside. Morgan says, I will take the outside line. Late on the brakes, he's going to try and sweep around the outside, but Woody closes the door and will hold on to P1 for now. 1/10. Oh, Morgan throws it down the inside. Oh, can't quite get enough overlap. Will have to settle through the bus stop. Side by side through here, they are not going to do that. He's hit the wall. That leaves him vulnerable. Morgan's going to slip on through into P1, I should say. And he does slip on through, and that is the lead of the race. The exchange inbound, but Woody, late on the brakes, is going to sweep around the outside. Can he get the switchback? No, he can't. Morgan will drive on through. Does he get the drive out of the corner, though? Not as much as he probably would have liked, but he does have a drive. 2 tenths to the good here, Morgan, and it might not be enough as Woody will have the opportunity to return to center down to the first turn. As they sweep through now. Woody fires it down the inside. Loses the rear end. But he gets it stopped on the curb. He's sideways and he slots on through. No, he doesn't. There's a little bit of contact. But Woody holds on to the lead somehow. This is brilliant racing that we're seeing between these two Division 1 heavyweights. And here's the news flash. Spitzy is only 2.5 seconds behind. So if these two don't settle down, Spitzy could be looking at a race win.
And gotta be joking, sitting right on Spitzy's rear bumper as well, not far behind.
Yeah, 2 mega battles that could become one sooner or later. As we see this action for the lead still battling on as they come through the S's now. Morgan tries around the outside. But no, the outside then becomes the inside. As he fires it down the inside, which now becomes the outside. So it's flipping over back on itself. It does this track, it does quite a lot. And Woody shows Morgan the outside once again. And eliminates that overlap as they go through the bus stop for lap number 7. Morgan's still trying to find a way past.
I can't believe how Woody's getting through this bus stop. His front tyres are, his front left is, pretty much half cooked.
Yeah.
But it's not slowing him down.
As they head down towards the final turn for the 7th time, Morgan not close enough to pin a move on Woody this time. takes a very wide line, looking for the late apex to get the drive down towards the first braking zone. And he gets that, closing up massively, under a tenth now. Woody messes up the exit, and Morgan will slide on through into the lead. That's some impressive driving. Very smart from Morgan to get himself up into the lead of the race on lap number 8. Which is 2 laps later than my original prediction.
He got there on lap 6 though. It's just he didn't stay there long.
Yeah.
Oh, this between Spitzy and Gotta Be Joking, they're actually getting really tight as well. A couple of tenths in between these two guys.
Absolutely. As will Spitzy be able to hold on over You Gotta Be Joking? We'll have to find out as they head down towards turn 5. As there's a bit of a timing error. It says that Heafy is in the lead of the race. That is incorrect, as we are currently on board with the battle for P3, which the game is slowly fixing up for us. But Spitzy holds on over You Gotta Be Joking.
Yeah, it
Very
looks like
heroic
Morgan.
driving from Spitzy.
Looks like Morgan's got a little bit of a gap, not much, 7 tenths, but a little bit of a gap. But his tyres are so much. This Wood's tyre, his front left's probably 2/3 gone by the look of it. But this is why these guys are Div 1, because you can see them on near bald tyres, all bald tyres, still pumping out really good lap after lap. So
Yeah, absolutely. As we have a bit of a timing error here. For some reason, the gaps aren't updating. But we don't need the timing charts to determine the gaps. We can just stare straight at the drivers on track to determine the gaps.
I can go through if you like. I think mine's pretty close. Oh, Diswood, a little bit sideways. So you got about a second between Morgan and Diswood. 3.6 seconds from Diswood back to Spitzy.
It's updating now.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
we got it.
It's dropped to about 8 tenths. So looks like Gotta Be Joking has dropped off a little bit on Spitzy.
Maybe a tap of the wall coming through the bus stop potentially.
Jiggles and Durags are battling it right out.
These guys have been going all race, haven't they?
Yeah.
As Big Jigglies makes a bit of a mistake there as well, but so does Tim Durags. So these guys, poor exits for both of them, but 4 tenths remains between these two.
Yeah. You know, and they're 9th lap in and they're still pushing, so getting a bit of a workout, these two guys, I'd say.
Yeah, that's for sure. These guys have been going since lap 1. That's how crazy the racing has been between these two.
Yeah. Like I say, though, Jiggles, he was, you know, he finished last on the first race, but now he's battling it out with Drags, who's a Div 2 driver, so he's, you know, he's not messing about.
Showing some good pace, that's for sure.
Really good.
So coming to the hairpin for the 9th time in race number 2. The 20th time overall, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that gap holding out to about 6 tenths at the moment. As they come through the bus stop. Do they make it through successfully? That's the big question. I know as a driver, every single time I drive through this part of the circuit, I'm wincing, just trying not to hit the wall, and you get inside your head sometimes, and you think you mess up the rest of the lap, thinking, or you do have a really good lap, and then you get up to the bus stop and you mess it all up in one go, or you've got it so inside your head that you're gonna mess it up that you eventually do mess it up. So
yeah, it's catches pretty much everyone out. I think that bus stop, especially initially, takes a bit of work to get it down.
It's like you spend the first minute 20 of the lap, or the rest of the minute 20 of the lap, figuring out, or regretting, or anticipating the bus stop, and then you come up to it and you wince, and usually it's pretty alright, but on the 1 or 2 occasions where you slam your car into the wall, where in real life you would probably be dead if you were hitting the wall at those speeds, but of course that's one of the good things with the simulator land. There's no death, which is usually a good thing.
No, yeah, I wouldn't like to be going through there in a car in real life, that's for sure.
Yeah, bit too scary.
Yeah.
As Morgan's got a 4-second gap over Woody at the moment, and then a 3-second gap back to You Gotta Be Joking, who is, he's managed to get the better of Spitzy, and he's pulling Spitzy along as well. He's keeping him relevant in this race. Just waiting
Yeah,
your wins
well,
there, Spitzy.
Woodsy has got like about maybe 10% of his front left tyre. And then his back left's probably a little bit under 50%, front right's 50%, back right is probably at 30%, 40% gone. So he hasn't got much tyre left at all, Woody.
With 1 lap left to go in this race, I think he should be alright over You Gotta Be Joking. He just needs to set in a clean lap, and he should have P2 wrapped up here, Woody.
Yeah, Gotta Be Joking's probably taken about half a second out of him in the last, like, quarter of a lap, but yeah, I don't think he's going to get there.
But then again, anything can happen. This is the Community Series.
Yeah, and Woody's still drifting.
Yeah. As the battle between Drags and Jiggly has opened up to about just under a second here, so it's not over, but with 1 lap left, I don't think it's looking too good for Big Jiggly.
No, Drags has got slightly a little bit better tyres as well. Seems to be looking after those tyres just that little bit better.
As we haven't given these guys down towards the back much TV time in race number 2. As they've just dropped off the back a little bit. There's a little bit of action between Cutaway and Kiwi Wolf here. And Heafy finds himself in no man's land. So does Renegade. 0 placement as well. I mean, yeah, these guys just made like 1 or 2 mistakes. And they're just dropped off the back of the pack a little bit. So things have opened up a bit for him. As Morgan with a 5-second gap over Woody. As he comes through the bus stop for the final time. We should see the celebrations from Morgan taking place pretty shortly. He knows we'll be looking at him, as he always knows we'll be looking at him at this point of the race. Let's see the flash of the headlights. Where is it? Come on, Morgan. Celebrate. Through the final corner, big drift. You love to see it. As he damps on the power for the final time. And here
Woody.
he comes. Flash of the lights. There he goes. Oh, it's Woody. He's made a mistake.
And Gotta Be Joking's right on him.
But Woody's going to take P2. Only just over You Gotta Be Joking. Spitzy in 4th. And Big Jiggly. Oh, Big Jiggly's got past him. How's that happen? He takes P5. And Tim will take P6.
Drags must have made a bit of a mistake, maybe.
Yeah, 7th for 0 placement. As we'll try and catch it on the replay. So, where did it go? Oh, so, yeah, Big Jiggly just threw it down the inside at the final corner. And then Tim just ran wide. Oh, didn't know it opened up like that for him. So, very, very, very interesting between those two.
Kiwi Wolf is still holding that just under a second over Howler, who's slowly grabbing a little bit of time, but just not enough.
Yeah, as they cross the line to complete race number 2. And that's all that she wrote for race number 2 here in the Pro Plumbing Group's Community Series. Very, very interesting race as Morgan does the last to first challenge. We've only seen it a couple of times since the Community Series came back for Season 7. So good props to Morgan for doing that. And I think Morgan has taken an absolute clean sweep here. He took qualifying pole position, race 1, race win with a fastest lap, and he's done race 2 with a fastest lap as well. So I think this is one of the best Community Series showings we've ever seen in all, in like Sector 1. I mean, that's just magnificent for Morgan. He's done the last to first challenge, taken 2 fastest laps, pole position, 2 race wins. I mean, wow. Brilliant stuff from Morgan there.
Yeah, it was a really good race. I tell you what, though, I gotta say, especially Woody put on a massive show with those drifts. Yeah, well, that was really impressive to watch, I gotta say.
Yeah, that's for sure. As Morgan takes race number 2 with Woody joining him on the podium, along with You Gotta Be Joking, who takes P3. Spitzy only just misses out on the podium there. Brilliant race for him. Props to him. Defended against some big heavyweights in Sector 1. Big Jiggly takes P5. Tim Durags in 6th. Zero Placement takes 7th. Renegade takes 8th. Heafy in 9th. Kiwi Wolf 10th. And Cutaway will take 11th. So, wow, that was a good night of racing, that's for sure.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I think I was pretty impressed, especially on those starts. I think all of them did really well on the starts. Not to, probably not the best car with those sports tyres and soft suspension to be trying to get through that first chicane, those first few corners. But I tell you what, they kept it relatively clean. I think they really did really good.
Yeah, I think for the second race in a row, I didn't really see any incidents. So these guys, awesome job. It's like 2 Community Series races in a row that I've seen where there has been no incidents to note. Like, just very clean racing, and that's what we love to see. It's what we thrive on here at Sector 1. It's what Sector 1 was built on, the need for clean racing. And, I mean, the main series guys, sometimes they're a bit naughty, which we've seen in the Stewards Report so far this season. But these community guys, the rookies, jumping into the cars, which, especially like tonight, very tough conditions to drive in, and they've shown everybody how it's done, and they've put on a good show while they're at it. So, I mean, yeah, these guys just doing the most, very clean racing. We love to see it here at Sector 1, and yeah, very, very good stuff. So now on to the next question. Who do you reckon is your driver of the day?
Oh, you've sort of caught me off guard a bit on that one. I tell you what. I'd probably have to give it to, Gotta Be Joking, I'd say.
Yeah, that's a good pick. He was just there or thereabouts for most of the races, so qualified well, had good first race, good second race, so played the reverse grid to his strengths, and yeah, I mean, great drive from You Gotta Be Joking. For me, it comes down to either him or Spitzy. Spitzy, just because he's a Division 4 driver and he defended so well, had great pace in that race number 2. Like, it's just great to see. That's something that this community series throws up. You see drivers that aren't typically the quickest, they're still throwing in their hat, their 2 cents into the mix, and you see some good drives popping up all over the show. So Spitzy gets my driver of the day, I reckon. And Bumcrack gives his driver of the day to Spitzy as well. Robert Rice gives his driver of the day to You Gotta Be Joking. Yeah, we're seeing.
It's a bit of a tough one. Yeah, it's Spitzy. I wasn't thinking about him being a Div 4 driver actually, so he's done really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant drive for Spitzy, that's for sure. Stranger gives his drive of the day to You Gotta Be Joking. So yeah, it's pretty much a 50-50 split between You Gotta Be Joking and Spitzy for tonight. So yeah, it's great stuff. Love to see it. Always a bit of a controversy in the community series. But we love when the controversy comes down to who was driver of the day rather than controversy left out on the track. We love the off-track controversy more than the on-track controversy.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So if you haven't already, if you're still watching the stream, as I'm starting to see the numbers dwindle just a little because now it becomes like a talk show where we waffle on for a couple of minutes. But just make sure you smash that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already heard, at 1,000 subscribers to the channel, I will be eating garlic chocolate on camera, which, for those that know, good. For those that don't know, well, let's just say it's a bit... Apparently, I said I liked garlic chocolate at one point, and now that's just become a fact. But that's the thing. 1,000 subscribers, I eat garlic chocolate. That's apparently what's happening. So if you're not already contributing to that 1,000, make sure you smash that like button. And it just does well with the algorithm, puts us out there. And join us on Sunday. It'll be me in the commentary box. You're racing, aren't you, Mr. Division 4 Championship leader? So you won't be in the comms box, but we'll see you on track. And I think it's Gur and Muffin will be the race directors. So you'll hear the luscious tones of them in the comms box for round number 3. We're back here at Dragon Trail on Sunday night. So looking forward to the action then. If Group A was anything to go by, Group B is going to be an absolute ripper as well, as we have Div 4 and Div 2 battling it out. 2 of the most competitive divisions that we have here in Sector 1. So stay tuned for that when it comes around next Sunday. But before we close it off, anything else you want to say before we close things down for tonight, Snake Eyes?
Nah, just thanks to everyone for coming tonight. It's good to see some fresh faces, some new people coming in. And not only did they come in, but they did a really good job, and like you say, they kept it really clean, which was really nice to see.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for showing up and supporting the stream. So that's Lenosis and Snake Eyes signing it off here at Dragon Trail for the Pro Plumbing Group Community Series. So we'll catch you guys next Sunday if you're here at the moment. So we'll see you guys. Bye-bye.